Parental discretion is advised.
ShopWWEshop.com. Now you can get $10 off any order of $70 or more. You can get something sweet like the ice cream bar sandwich shirt that CM Punk wore in the pay-per-view. Click on the link on WrestlingMayhemShow.com to support the Mayhem.
We want ice cream.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you want.
Hey guys, it's the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We are back in the studio. 288 is the episode. I'm Master of Ceremonies, the Master of Mayhem, Sorgatron, right here at Mayhem Studios. And we have a great one scheduled up for you. First, of course, on the couch, joining me as usual is Chachi.
What up?
He's rocking some Super Mario Brothers.
No, I just died.
There he goes. Yeah, he's going to be with it tonight. Welcome.
What do you mean? I'm always with it.
Okay.
Always.
All right, Pac-Man.
Cock sandwich.
Cock sandwich. And from Poughkeepsie, New York is Mad Mike.
Poughkeepsie.
What is up, bitches? This is the final Mad Mike appearance on the Wrestling Mayhem Show, so learn to love it.
For the foreseeable future, at least live, but we might be figuring out ways to get you involved.
No, 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 no. No, no,
No. Hey, 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 goodbye. All right. And of course, straight out of, where the fuck are you?
I don't know. Oh,
Where do
City
you,
of Compton,
where are you at,
the
Wheelz?
Lollipop Guild.
I am from the mean streets of Cal U.
Mean Streets at California University of PA. Hot Wheels joins us this week, unzombified. How you doing?
Greetings, I'm doing great. I survived an apocalypse of the zombified wrestling world.
Tremendous. We'll get more into that later. I got some video and photos to share on that. Rizz, straight out of PodCamp, joined us this weekend. Also avoid the zombies, ironically. How are you doing this week? And you're over...
I didn't technically avoid the zombies.
Okay, that's right.
They took a picture of me.
They did. They did take a
Feature
picture of
reference.
you. Yes, they did. At PodCamp Pittsburgh 6, he joined us. And where are you at? I need to call out where you're at.
I don't even know.
Oh, good enough.
The
Good
outer
enough.
reaches of your mind.
That's
They
fine.
came me and stole me away in a big white windowless van.
Oh,
Did they have candy?
you're Samoan?
Yes.
Okay.
I was thinking the same
And
thing.
from the dirty south side is DJLunchbox.
What's up, hot dog? This is DJLunchbox, and unfortunately my Mayhem show erection is less vigorous this week as it is Mad Mike's last show with us.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. But you got a great
It's a very sad thing.
But I know you got a great discussion coming at us later about NASCAR and wrestling.
Can you believe it? I cannot.
We're so good at working the left.
And of course, if you come across us, we are the Wrestling Mayhem Show. You can find us at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Twitter us, Twitter at Mayhem Show on those Twitters. And you can also email us at Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com or drop us on the hotline at 412-206-WMS0. That's 9670. Right there. Also, hey, we got stickers. Chachi, you got those stickers over there?
I got
It should
some.
be right in front of you.
I got some.
A little bit. Hold up the stickers there.
I got 3.
Show them off. See
Four.
those?
4.
We got some. We have lots more than that lying around. And now some people have already emailed us. They've dropped their comments on the iTunes, and we'll be sending those stickers out this week. But you can get your stickers by sending them to a self-addressed stamped envelope to WMS Stickers. No. WMS Stickers, care of Sorgatron Media at 1535 Belasco Avenue, Pittsburgh, PA 15216. If you want more information on that, be sure to email us, and we'll take care of that. Hey, thanks. What?
Sorg, we got one of these things.
We got an app. We got an Appy app. That's where Mad Mike's going to be listening to the show from here on out because he works on Tuesday nights.
Bam.
But it is there.
Cacao.
And it's on your Android.
It's on the Android device as well. Chachi finally bought one.
Yeah. I was wondering.
Yay, Chachi bought our app.
Speaking of people that just bought the app, we did get an email this week from Papa Silos, who's been conversating with us on Twitter.
Speaking of him,
Hold on, wait a minute. Here, I gotta explain what he sent us here as soon as it comes up on my screen.
Papa C.
So he sent us an email, and he sent us a picture of himself sending the email. I'm gonna put it up for your video watchers here. I have something to say, so now we know who that is. I'm fucking emailing you through the iPhone app of yours. Hard fucking nips sent from my iPhone. So there you go.
Fantastic.
Proof positive that it works, and also he's been contacting us, seeing about what he needs to do to get on the show. So we're going to be talking with him, see if he wants to get on the show, and see how if he.
By the way,
can hang with
we
us.
need to get hard fucking nips trending.
Hard fucking nips.
We did get PGH6 trending on Twitter this weekend.
Yeah,
Hard
we did.
fucking
That
nip
was
should
tremendous.
always
Yeah.
be trending.
What's that?
Yep.
What should be trending?
Hard
Hard
fucking,
fucking
always needs to be trending.
In your heart, LB. In your heart.
In my heart. It trends in my heart.
But of course, and if you want to get in on this round table, of course, we got some slots to fill here with Mad Mike stepping out, with WrestleFan having his school duties.
Speaking of slots to fill, how is your mom?
Oh.
Hey.
Wait,
Wasn't
WrestleFan isn't
directed
here.
towards anyone.
Rizz, how's your mom?
I thought you had something.
Well, no, I was gonna say, normally conversations with Papa Silos are of the naughty persuasion.
They are, such as,
Parental erections are advised.
well, I know he was tweeting earlier this week, last time I Taco Money or your app, and by the way, you guys check out China's Prono yet.
But
His Twitter, so yeah.
yeah, I had a real conversation with him last night on Twitter.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, we talked about TV.
Oh
It
yeah?
lasted 3 tweets.
Well, then maybe we'll only have him on for 3 seconds.
I think I got him on for 4 last time.
Oh yeah?
Oh, nice.
Fantastic. And, you know, great way to kind of audition yourself to dig that. We do a Google Hangout every week. Monday night during Raw. Who's doing what with their microphone?
That would be Hot Wheels, I'm guessing.
Wheels.
Nope.
Actually, I think it was my fault. That was me.
Oh,
LB,
were you rubbing against the cock meat sandwich?
Stop
I
rubbing your
was.
cock meat with your
I
microphone.
knew
Blame it on the black guy.
That's
See how
dirty.
it was.
But no, yeah,
sandwich.
you know, like I said, we're trying to get fans in here, get some different opinions in here. Like I said, get in that way. You know, contact me at the email address and
Good times.
WrestlingMayhemShow.com, and we'll see about getting people in here. That's how these guys got here, right?
Yes.
Finger
I
turrets.
technically got in by messaging on the MySpace page.
He did. MySpace.
When
God.
MySpace was
Shows how
relevant.
long ago.
I technically got in because I lived in your upstairs free bedroom.
I got in because I got you drunk at a party.
Yeah.
And we started the show.
I got in because I'm cool with the Sorgatron.
And you also filled 2 quotas.
I don't know how I got
Oh.
I love
We
you, Hot
get government
Wheels.
funding now. Thanks, Hot Wheels.
Oh, you're welcome.
We can apply for grants. Okay, no. Hello, new PodCamp watchers.
I'm sorry, this will be the last time you hear me, new podcast people.
That is
It'll
true.
be much less racist and offensive next week.
But
Although it probably
Wrong.
won't.
that depends if we get Papa Silos on. No, nobody's officially replacing Mad Mike there. Ace Welby in the chat room. By the way, tremendous chat room already shown up this week. Your Craps Week, Lee Matthew, let's say Ace Welby, Sonic Screwdriver, and I think there's a few more people in
Your
there.
Craps Week and Illnades are in there.
Illnades is in there, of course. I saw he had a little bit of issue with his email earlier this week. But we, like I said, we like to talk to our fans right off the bat, put them first. So let's go with it. AJ and PGH has been on the show before. Man, I wish Jim Ross didn't have to die to get Mark Henry over.
Aww.
Was his comment this week. Yeah. And I also wanted to throw out, you know, this has been going around. Want to throw a shout out to, and I don't have the page up here.
Sorg, AJ sent in 2 emails.
He sent in a second one. I missed that.
Yeah.
Then. Okay, well bring that up here and let me get through this. But you see here, we have 3 lovely ladies here at the MissTemptation.com contest, and you might sort of notice this Tina over here on the right. Well, Tina is actually Miss Vicky Gambino, that's been on the show before. So if you
longtime viewers of the show will remember Vicky Gambino as the woman who bent over our computer and showed cleavage for at least 22 seconds.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Those were
She
the
got
days.
a lot of our viewers through puberty there.
So
Yeah.
so
I
why
think
don't
that's
you
how WrestleFan got his first pube.
So why don't you pay her back? We got 4 days left to vote as of this recording on Tuesday. Go to misstemptation.com. Go vote for her, friend of the show. And, if she wins, she's going to go to Cancun, Mexico. And if she goes to Cancun, Mexico, we're going to ask for a live report straight from Cancun, Mexico. So that's how that goes. Like I said, misstemptation.com. Go get her. You got till, I guess Friday this week, to go check that out.
Vote.
And vote for her. Oh my God, they're sponsored by Vitamin Water, Chachi. As if we didn't have enough of that this weekend at PodCamp.
Vitamin water.
Hey, so yeah,
I think
shout
that's
out
where all
Sarah.
my gas is coming from.
All your gas.
Yeah, the vitamin
All the
water.
wretched gas going on. Oh man. Hey, back to the emails here. And did you say we had another one for AJ?
AJ sent one from 5 days ago, too.
Okay.
About the WWE Network.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right.
If the WWE added in pay-per-views into the cost of the network, they would be bringing in guaranteed buy money for pay-per-views. An interesting idea. Is the money they would bring in from the network subscribers equal to or more than the money for pay-per-view buys to make putting the pay-per-view shows on the network worthwhile? Perhaps they bring out the network with old pay-per-views, Raw, SmackDowns, and other shows, and then once they see how subscriptions are going, bring in pay-per-views to increase subscriptions.
It's an interesting idea, and we can play kind of devil's advocate with this all day, but we don't know the numbers, of what that entails. And and all these I think are valid, and it'd be interesting to see what they do end up doing with it. I think we will see a lot of old stuff, pay-per-views, whatever whatever you say. Because really, if you're throwing like pay-per-views on there and like old shows, that you can put in turn sell the DVDs for. That's genius, that's more revenue right there. Be like, man, that was a good show from back in the day. I'm going to go buy the DVD, and people will do that. So, let's get into some more. We got one from Mr. Pierre Calais. I'm not going to read all this. He has a lot of commentary about the pay-per-view, of course, with Night of Champions. I'm sorry I tweeted
Sorg,
out. What?
Sorg. Sorg.
Yes.
We have a rule.
What's the rule?
We read every email verbatim.
Oh, no, you're changing that rule.
No, Sorg, this is my last night.
It's your last night. You can do it. Isn't this usually yours?
Yes.
I'm stepping on you.
Because
Go ahead, sir.
I made him French.
Don't
Go
step
ahead,
on
sir.
me.
Okay, this is from Pierre Calais. To the WMS Nation. This is the night. The WWE had itself a beautiful night, and they called it Night of Champions. And this year was way better than last year. Ziggles, Kelly Squared, and Airboom all defended their titles, while Mark Henry defeated the Viper for his first World Heavyweight Championship. Now here is a man who is one of many people to win the European Championship and come out and win the big gold belt, because he seemed dominant ever since he came into SmackDown and obliterated Big Show. Why did he slim down and become more like the early years of Sheamus? And why can't Brodus Clay destroy people in 1 minute every Thursday on Superstars of Wrestling? Anyway, back to the pay-per-view, where John Cena tapped Del Rio out for the 11th time. That's right, the 11th freaking time. Technically, it's the 12th world title, 10th WWE Championship. But anyway, how many times can't John Cena hold a title for more than 3 months? Just how? But Triple H won over Punky, kept his position as COO, and was all quiet in the land of the E. Even more so, there was a sledgehammer shot to Kevin Nash, known as Oz, Vinny Vegas, Diesel, and one of 10 outsiders. Take that, old guy. That was the night, and the heavens were right on this lovely Night of Champions. See you guys later. Pierre K, a.k.a. Mr. Techwood Drive. That was the most legible email we've had from him ever.
There you go. Present for you for your way out.
Yep.
All right. And the next one from the Rizz, who's right there. But that's okay, because the voice is sitting right over there on the couch. Chachi, will you?
I will.
That's why I pay you.
Yep. I'm still waiting for that check.
It'll come.
WMS!
Oh, God.
That's what it says.
It does say that.
Yeah. And I picture Rizz saying it exactly like that.
I yelled it.
Yeah. Last week I asked you guys, would you rather have a WWE 24/7-ish style network or all new content on the channel with NXT and Superstars being on either one of the two choices? This one actually boggled the mind, as there's no clear-cut way to say decisively which two you would go for, as you want to appease Vinnie Mac's decision. Also, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't question. On one hand, you have people who bought WWE 24/7, like Mad Mike, who, if WWE Network would show 24/7 content, it would have those people cancel their subscriptions, as they can just catch it on the WWE Network. If you are in the majority of people who don't own WWE 24/7, and the thought of not having WWE 24/7 on WWE Network would probably upset a lot of people and lower the ratings on the shows that they are going to show. But as I said, the majority of wrestling fans don't have WWE 24/7, so you'd be pissing less people off if you do take it down, and make that the purpose of WWE Network. But I digress. I have a very special Would You Rather tonight, seeing how this is the madness that is Mad Mike / show and all. You know how the game works. I don't have to explain to you how it works. And honestly, this one's pretty easy. I don't think we have to spend a whole hour debating this, as my past 2 emails did. So, would you rather Mad Mike get sent off the Mayhem show, chucking fish bowls for every episode he's been on?
Oh,
Jesus
Or-
Christ.
Holy fuck, that's a lot of fish bowls.
Or get chopped for every episode he's been on?
Ooh.
Until next time.
Chopped.
No, you can't. You can't.
Stop.
You have to wait until
Stop.
the floor is open for questioning. That is
That's right.
classic Would You Rather blunder.
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry.
Until next time, in all seriousness, I'm going to miss you, Mike. Best of luck on your future endeavors, sir. But I'm going 3-0 in Mayhem Fantasy Football. Rizz.
we didn't fire him. He's more going the Gail Kim route.
Right.
Yeah.
He's leaving on his own.
That's right.
No, actually, I'm Chris Jericho, because I'm going on to make more money somewhere else.
His contract is in. Oh.
Huh.
All right, Chachi. First, what would you rather?
I don't know. You know what? I'm going to go with fish bowls.
Does he have to do it all in one night?
Yes.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh god. All right, around it. Matt, Mike, what would you rather do?
Jesus. I guess it would depend on who's chopping me.
What's Ricky Ray's up to?
Yeah.
Oh.
Fish bowls. Fish bowls. I'll take alcohol poisoning over chest collapsing.
Wheelz, what would you rather us do to the mad one?
Oh, Mike, I love you, so I say chops.
All right, and Rizz?
Probably, if it had gun against my head, probably fish bowls. I don't want you physically
Okay.
hurt.
LB?
Dude, I've been
Hold
on
on.
a lot of shows.
Well,
That
no,
many
I
fish
mean-
bowls might kill me.
No. See, you're looking at it wrong. Because chances are you're going to pass out before you get even a quarter of the way.
That's a fair point.
So, I mean, you would get a good 8-12 hour nap in between drinking fish bowls. So,
That's one way to look at it.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah, technically,
That is true.
LB?
No, look, man, I'm gonna go with the chops because I know Mike. He is a determined individual. He will finish those fish bowls. And the last thing I want is for you to just kill yourself.
Yeah. I'm kind of with LB. I'm going with chops. Because I mean, I don't want you to die. But I will be getting a call and try to get Ray Rose shipped up here.
oh my god.
That's other than
That
that.
many chops might kill me, Sorg.
How long have you been on? I mean, when did you
I've been
start?
on for a couple of years.
Yeah, that's at least 100 episodes. If it's been a couple of years.
Yeah. That's a lot of chops.
Yeah,
Especially if you're
yeah.
bringing in heavy hitters like Ricky Reyes and Ray Rowe.
Yeah,
My chest would cave in.
that is true. All right,
It's gonna
on
look
that
like
note,
ground meat.
let's take a little bit of a look and see what the Any Minute is bringing us.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one and only WrestleFan, and it's time for the Indie Minute for this week.
Wow.
First of all, I want to apologize if there's any noise in the background. There's some people around here who apparently have never seen rain, So there you go. The first note that I want to make from the indie world is the confirmation that a Ring of Honor star has currently signed with FCW. That ROH star is Claudio Castagnoli. Yes, all the...
Oh no, it's buffering!
Oh,
Buffering fail!
Buffer
rumors are true. He has signed. He has changed his Twitter name, and he is on the FCW roster page as Antonio Cicero, and wrestled at the past FCW house shows with men such as Tyler Black, another former Ring of Honor competitor. It is unsure at the moment whether his tag partner Chris Hero has also been signed or not. Next on the Indie Minute, I'd like to congratulate a friend of the show, of the Wrestling Mayhem show, Johnny Gargano, as he is now one half of the Chikara Campeones de Parejas with his partner Chuck Taylor in Fist. They won the titles this Sunday, as I'm filming this right now, in Manhattan, New York, at Chikara's event, beating Mike Quackenbush and Jigsaw. So congratulations to Chuck Taylor and friend of the show, Johnny Gargano. And the final story for the Indie Minute this week, go check out our friends at Ring of Honor Wrestling. They had their big iPay-per-view this past weekend, Death Before Dishonor, which featured the main event of the All Night Express picking up a huge victory in their careers, Kenny King and Rhett Titus, against the Briscoe brothers in Ladder War 3, which was an absolutely violent and bloody encounter. Also, Eddie Edwards picking up the big win over Roderick Strong in the Ringmaster Challenge, winning 2 out of the 3 falls in the 3-fall matchup. If you want to get information on how you can watch the replay of that pay-per-view, go to ROHWrestling.com and tell them the Wrestling Mayhem show sent you. So that is it for the Indie Minute this week. Thank you so much for watching. And the final note I want to make, I know I won't be in the show this week. I know this is Mad Mike's final show for a little while. And
you're gonna cry.
Mike, I'm gonna be honest, no matter, you call it, the names you call me, or referring to the fact that
he's gonna cry.
Yeah, you have been awesome, and you are hilarious to listen to, and you're definitely gonna be missed here on the Wrestling Mayhem show. So yeah, there you go. See you, Mad Mike, and that has been your Indie Minute for this week.
Wow, that was impressive for a first
Jesus.
one. Mike, you got a lot to live up to when you do your videos.
No, I don't, because I'm more awesome than WrestleFan. He has to live up to me.
He's got titles and everything.
He edited the video. It was all professional.
Well, you know what? He's going to school for that shit. I'm a chemical engineer. I don't have to do any of that.
That's true. You can just chemical some stuff for us. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
And he had great porno entrance music for it.
He did too. And
Dude,
an
that intro
graphic.
music was awesome.
That was tremendous.
Well, no, that
That's
intro music's on
absolutely
GarageBand.
Can we play that again?
Even I know that.
Do you want to play the video again?
Just the beginning.
Just the porn music.
Just the beginning part? Okay.
Hello, ladies.
There you go.
Welcome
All right,
to the
that's it.
Wrestling
That's it.
Mayhem show.
I wanted to, and at this point, we also did get an email from Bobby F. J. Town, our friend of the show, for his AON report for this week. He mentions that Colin Blair is out for a while because of a concussion he sustained in his match against ISP, and he says here he actually sent us a link. Oh, Matt, sorry, WrestleFan's still playing on my other thing. He sent us a link to the move that apparently put him out here. So for those who want to see that on the video, apparently I think it's this one here where the other guy's climbing up on the side rope and he's kind of doing the Van Daminator while the other guy's in the Tree of Woe. So for those seeing
Sorg, it's the tree of
There you
Joey
go.
Lawrence.
Tree of Joey Lawrence. Yeah, that looks like it messed up.
That hurt.
Yeah. Or I couldn't tell
Or
if
is
it was
it this?
that or this, because this looks pretty rough right here. He's about to do kind of a shooting star, I think. Or maybe it's a 450 for you guys on audio. But he flips, boom, knees right on him. And I gotta say, honestly, I don't know which one is Colin Blair, because I'm not
I think
quite
he's
familiar.
the one who's like
He's the one
flat.
he's the one in the white. Yeah, because he's the one that hasn't moved. So there's that. So some rough stuff going on there in AON wrestling. So hope that guy does all right. Also he says Marcus Cage is going to be something about Bobby Frapples. Next show for AON does take place on September 24th. First show in Bellefonte. I want to call it Bellefonte. But I'm sure everybody calls it Bellefonte here.
Bellefonte!
At the Bellefonte Area High School, 7 p.m. start. He also wants to take a minute to bid a fond farewell to Mad Mike if I learned anything from him, it's not to step on Chachi.
Fucking right.
And that he owns the Sonic Screwdriver app on his phone. and that he once worked for WWE. Good luck at your new position. Sincerely, there you go. And I also had one more item I wanted to touch on the Indie Minute, and stick around, Chachi, because this involves zombies.
Oh.
So the zombies invaded Wheelz to the RWA.
Yes.
You guys did a test shoot for an upcoming Wrestlers vs. Zombies movie. Actually found some articles about this in the meantime. Can you tell us about the experience there?
Oh my goodness. Honestly, I was expecting a crowd, but like from 3:30, like one of the wrestlers went outside to go get something from their car, and they said there was a line around the block already for people to come watch the shoot and everything. And I was like, okay, I don't believe that. And they came in and they filled, you've been there, Sorg, they filled both sides of the bleachers, all the chairs, and the woman sat there. It was great. She sat there and said, read the cue cards when you cheer and boo. The funniest thing happened. Nobody listened to her because you had 3 people that you didn't need cue cards to cheer or boo. You had the Steel City Prodigy, Ryan Mitchell. There's your cheer easily. Calvin McGrath and Ashton Amherst. There's no cue cards needed for this shoot. Everything was so natural, and it flowed in one take for, as you said, it was the test shoot for the trailer to get funding and everything, and it was wonderful. And I mean, as you can see on the one picture of me, the makeup was great for the zombies, and they're scary as hell. And, well, you're watching the video for the video people. Yeah.
Well, one of them is Shane Taylor.
Yeah, one of them is Shane Taylor.
Walk away from him.
G-Raver was in there. Ashton Amherst. I believe they're feeding on Dr. Feelbad. For the long-time listeners of the show have an idea who that is.
Yes.
But, I mean, it looks like it was a lot of fun.
It was a blast. And, I mean, the funny thing about the whole thing is, not only were they there for the shoot, they stayed for the whole show. So you figure from 4 to 11 o'clock at night, that place was packed.
That's pretty cool. That's really cool. And that's a lot of exposure for, frankly, a smaller Fed in the area. And there's a lot of new faces, like more people than I know. You guys have a really good reoccurring crowd down there.
Yeah, I mean, we did. We had a lot of new faces. I mean, and we had a lot of feedback all weekend. I mean, I was talking to Dr. Feelbad just yesterday, and we were talking about the natural high that all the wrestlers and stuff had after this weekend. It was just like a great experience that we had, and like you said, the great exposure we got. I mean, different venues of newspapers, the internet, all promoting this event, and they're still promoting it.
The article I'm citing is where we had the video we were showing just a little bit ago, is from the Cannon Macmillan Patch, which is kind of an AOL property, a regional kind of thing. And they're saying that this is part of second of 2 ongoing projects that this Cody Knotts is filming, the director and organizer of Principalities of Darkness LLC. They're aiming for a $4 million budget for this project, and they're working on getting the rest of the fundraising together. I was a little, when I talked to Tony F the other day, who was there to film the wrestling portion of the night. And I'm wondering how it turned out for the test film, because it didn't sound like they did much for lighting or anything. And it sounds like the cameras were pretty much on par with what we use for the RWA DVDs.
Right. I mean, from what I was looking at, and you're right, like the one camera looked like yours, what you carry around and everything. And I mean, there was one still camera sitting up on the bleachers, not like where normally Tony F has his on the stage. And then there was one, of course, going around the ring. So, I mean, there was 2 to 3 cameras shooting, but it just reminded me of a Digital Horizons like shoot without the cords.
But you say there was a test shoot, and I know Shane Douglas was there, but didn't participate. According to the article, because he has a SAG status. And for those who don't know, the Screen Actors Guild, if you have that, I know this a little bit from working web stuff. If you're part of it and you work a non-union job, which something that's going to be this low budget is going to be non-union, because if it was union, it would probably have to multiply that $4 million budget just alone. So, but still, it sounds like it was fun. It was a lot of exposure for you guys, and hopefully they come back to you to complete the film. Was Shane Douglas involved a lot with it?
He's basically with the producer and helped train some of the non-wrestlers who were being zombies and or
it said it was part of the choreography of the wrestling portion.
Exactly. I mean, the funniest thing about the whole exposure, Virgil showed up.
Yeah, of course he did. Of course Virgil showed up.
No, he was just Virgil.
So yeah, he was a zombie.
But I mean, yeah, it was nice having Shane Douglas show up out of a surprise for everybody. I mean, nobody knew he was showing up until he walked through the door and looks at me and goes, "Look at the head on that guy." And so you know the guy, you know him enough that he'll start picking on you already. So it was nice to work with him, and Virgil was there, like I said, to.
And you know him from shows before and everything. Like, you do a lot of wrestling around here. So yeah. Oh, good old Virgil. Somebody was just asking about him at PodCamp if I'd met him before, and I'm like, yep, we know him. We know him. Hey, for as much as we kind of make fun of him, Virgil's a great guy. You gotta admit. I mean, it's not like he's a dick to anybody. So, that's cool. It just he just pops up every once in a while. So.
Just pops up.
All right. Is there anything else that's popped up for you guys? I know there has been for you, LB. As far as indie wrestling goes.
Hey, cock sandwich.
Cock sandwich. All right, Chachi, you got something over there?
Cock sandwich.
Okay, that's enough of that. Now let's get a little peek at the Mayhem Show Gold this week.
Give you a little peek of my cock sandwich.
And we'll be right back.
Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? And don't even think you're going back up to Vince. You say, fuck you!
To stand in front of me and take a beating. I'm waiting. Until then, kill Steve, kill! Kill Steve, kill!
Remember when I asked you if your people have message boards like for wheelchair people?
Hey guys, we're back. Wrestling Mayhem Show 288. Hope you dig that look at the Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold for this week. Check it out on your iPhone and Android marketplaces. But next, remember when? I remember when we were early on, when we were being introduced to Mad Mike, and I'm pretty sure we thought he was a girl from Canada.
Wait, hold on.
What? What?
About. Nope, definitely not a girl.
Okay, good. Okay, good.
I had to double check.
LB, you were there around that time. Do you remember when?
I do remember when. I remember when Mad Mike became a part of the show. And he brought his specific, direct New York humor to the Wrestling Mayhem Show, and it added a layer. It added a layer to the Mayhem Show onion. A delicious, succulent, chaotic, wonderful layer.
Wow.
Excellent. Chachi, do you remember when?
I do. I actually remember the first time I met Mike.
Okay.
You had called me up and said, "Hey, we have an extra ticket to Royal Rumble. Do you want to go?" And so I said, "Sure, I'll go." And so we hopped in Dave's car.
Mm-hmm.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
Doc Remedy.
Doc Remedy's car. And we got pulled over before we even left the city for definitely failing to obey traffic signs.
Let's sit on a ticket.
But yeah, we ended up going to some strange guy's house apartment in New York City and getting completely splitched.
Splitched?
Yeah. Well, I did. I got completely splitched.
Did you lose an arm while apparating?
No, but I spilled Pepsi all over his curtains somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't know how I pulled that off.
Mm-hmm.
And I ran 2.5 blocks to a bar to rescue Chad.
Barefoot.
Barefoot. Like, I seriously should have been arrested that night.
Excellent. Do our other guests for the roundtable tonight have a remember when? Oh, we got a hand raised there. Rizz, do you remember when?
I remember when. I forget which show it was, but it was the first time I actually met Mad Mike.
Mm-hmm.
It was at an IWC show. And all I can remember is Mad Mike on one end, Hot Wheels on the other end, just yelling at each other.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, doggone it. That was my remember when, too.
Well, can you spin your angle on your remember when wheel?
Oh, as Rizz says, I remember when it was the battle of who could chant louder, me or Mad Mike.
And who won?
I say I won.
Oh, you are such a fucking liar.
Oh, no. I am definitely the winner, Mike.
Just because you're shorter doesn't mean you're the winner, alright? In fact, next time I come down for an IWC show, I'm challenging you to a rematch.
I don't go to IWC anymore.
Yeah, you're
Well, then I win.
Yeah, you're going to have to go down to an RWA show,
Mad
sir.
Mike wins.
Yes, I win.
Excellent. Well, that was it. I remember when, a very special one for Mad Mike.
I don't care. Remember when?
Do you want to remember yourself?
Well, no,
Why
I
not?
want to remember the first time I ever met someone from the Wrestling Mayhem show in person.
Okay.
Okay, I was taking a plane into Pittsburgh.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
And, Doc Remedy was picking me up. Now, the funny part was, I totally forgot Doc Remedy's, legit name. Because in my phone, he was listed as Doc Remedy. I had no picture. And
we were an audio show then.
Yes. And I completely forgot what Dave looked like. So I'm calling him when I get to the airport because he was a little late because of traffic. So I'm referring to him as Doc because I forget his name. And then I'm desperately trying to find out what color car he has so I can at least look for something. But yeah, that was pretty, the first time I met the Mayhem guys, and it was fun. It was good times.
Awesome. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, Mad Mike, for your years of service to the show, helping to keep it alive. Now,
yes. Now wrestling.
Now wrestling. Well, kind of. Now NASCAR. Now LB, you had something.
Actually, before NASCAR.
Oh yeah, before NASCAR. I'm sorry, we have an affiliate. We still have a deal with Amazon, Audible.com. Of course, audiobooks are great. We hate
that is an
reading.
Amazon company.
It is an Amazon run company. But we do what? Oh,
Audible.com for all your book reading needs.
Audible.
Since you can't
all of
read,
the books,
have someone do it for
none
you.
of the reading.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Exactly. You can get your free audiobook and try it out right now at audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media to go check that out. Again, you get a free audiobook. It's yours even if you cancel after the 14 days. You don't pay a dime. You can still bring it up on your iPhone app, your Android app, or download it from the website. And you can still buy titles, free willing after that. So please go check that out. Now, we like to give you one choice of something to check out free. And LB, you got a special pick for this week.
I do. My pick for this week. Now, let me preface this with something here. There are two shows that I really, really enjoy, and I'm specifically enjoying them right now. One is Parks and Recreation. Absolutely fantastic. Totally got robbed at the Emmys. And two is The West Wing, the Aaron Sorkin White House classic thing. What do those two shows have in common? Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe is freaking awesome, and
Yes,
so
he
is his autobiography. It's called Stories I Only Tell My Friends, and I would describe this as a sleeper pick, because you think, Rob Lowe, what the fuck, seriously? Seriously, it's an excellent book. It talks about from when he was a kid, his chance encounters with all these famous Hollywood celebrities, his rise through the ranks, and his friendships with, the entire Sheen family, including Charlie Sheen, which is just as interesting as you'd imagine it to be, all the way to his run on the West Wing and to current day, his time on Parks and Recreation. So the name of the book is Stories I Only Tell My Friends, and I highly recommend it.
Excellent.
Sorg?
Hi, fantastic. Go check it out.
What's the URL?
That's
Because I
at
forgot.
audiblepodcast.com/Sorgatron Media, so you can get your free book. Go check that out right now. And
It's
support
tremendous.
the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Now, LB, you're going to tell us about NASCAR, and why is that applying to this show?
I am, believe it or not, and I can't believe it, I am going to tell you guys a little bit about NASCAR. I went on a family trip recently, and my mom and dad are huge fans of NASCAR, so they had an extra ticket to a race, so we went to a race. A lot of it was what you'd expect. I mean, a lot of drunk rednecks. There was a bunch of fights in our section. I will say that the race itself was a lot more interesting to see live, and loud. It was super loud. So it was nice. It was a good family trip. I'm not going to sit here and dog NASCAR. What I am going to do is tell you this. The race started at 7 p.m. What time did we get there? 4 in the afternoon. Why did we do that? Because outside of the arena, there was huge trailer after huge trailer after huge trailer, each trailer dedicated to a different driver and a different company, in selling hundreds of thousands, that's an exaggeration, hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise. People go early because they might maybe get to see a driver, and they want to blow money on shit that they could get at Walmart for a quarter of the price. And I thought about this, and let me take a poll to you guys here. Aside from a wrestling event that you were working at, when was the last time you went to a wrestling show 3 hours early to buy merchandise and maybe meet people?
I've done that for indie shows sometimes, but never for WWE.
I've done that once, I think.
Yeah, same here once.
Okay.
It's a rare occasion for NASCAR. That's just what you do. It's not questioned. They're set up almost, first thing in the morning for those early people. They want to get good parking. They come and they eat. They spend, hundreds of dollars on merchandise every time, every race. Now, the whole time I was walking around with my Tony Stewart baseball shirt on and my Tony Stewart do-rag, which is actually in the laundry, otherwise I'd be wearing it for this segment, I thought, how on earth could WWE emulate this? And I was stumped, honestly, because, with the way the business is now, they couldn't, but I think with changes to the business in the future, they could do this. They could make it a super huge special event like it used to be.
Yeah.
And you can argue that it's just an entertainment thing, and wrestling's fake and whatever. But you know what? There's a lot of argument that NASCAR is fake too, and I can see that might be possible.
Football.
LB, I hate to say it, if you tried to turn WWE into like a NASCAR thing with all the tailgating stuff, do you know what you would get? Road Wild.
Yeah.
But see, you know what? And you know why fucking Hog Wild failed? Because they didn't charge those assholes at the gate.
No, they didn't.
That's true.
There's no gate.
WCW.
There's no gate. Hey, your crap's weak from the chat
There
room.
was no gate.
You're literally, it was right on the side of the road.
It's true, yeah.
Your crap's weak in the chat room has a lot to say about this. He says he went to Extreme Rules this year and got there at noon. There were a shitload of people waiting outside, and I met a bunch of guys while they drove into the arena. This does happen a lot at the live shows. I remember seeing a lot outside of Mellon Arena as well. People buy hundreds of dollars of merch, usually with replica belts and shirts. Trust me, they do. Now, the only difference, now you say the venue is open. People are going around the venue doing this. We're talking about wrestling shows where they open an hour before bell time, you only have that time to get stuff in to buy the merch.
Here's the thing
You
about.
also
I
have
mean, I'm
diva
pretty
matches.
sure. I'm pretty sure the venue itself was open, but it was this huge arena, and then in the giant parking lots around it was where all these trailers were, all the merch trailers, and food tables and booths and all this crap.
Mm-hmm.
And just
also,
covered in dicks.
how many big? No, what was the thing? Was it a big televised event that you went to, as far as NASCAR goes?
It was a big televised event. It was not a pay-per-view. There is no NASCAR pay-per-views.
How many NASCAR races are there within a year?
A shit ton.
There is a bunch.
A metric shit ton.
Okay. But I mean, and I want to say it's the scale. Because just like football, you see tailgating for football, you don't see as much tailgating for baseball, do you?
In Pittsburgh, you do.
In Pittsburgh, it's just a Pittsburgh thing, maybe.
I've seen tailgating in New York.
Okay, well, I was wondering if it's a matter of scale that there's so many of these. There's so many wrestling shows, but no, you're right. Wrestling doesn't seem to push for that sort of thing, and I have a feeling. I mean. You know, NASCAR, you're at a venue that does NASCAR. Baseball, you're at a venue that does baseball. You're at a venue that does football. All the time, they're used to this. You're talking about arenas. Who tailgates in front of a Penguins game? Does that happen?
Sometimes.
Yes.
But that's normally in the winter, so
it's
it
in the
happens
winter.
less.
Okay, so there's that. But still, you're looking at...
tailgate the Pens games. They have the big screen out. Well, I guess they did have the big screen.
No, that's usually in like May or June, though, so it's starting to warm up.
But either way, you know, WWE's going around. WWE's more like a concert that tours in the long runs. The way they tour, the way they're set up. So I don't think they for a venue to get this like 2 or 3 times a year like they do, I don't think that's something that goes with it. You know, the closest I think you get to this is the fan access weekends.
I was going to mention that the whole pre-show, this whole thing that I went to before the race felt like a fan access thing. I mean, there were a couple drivers that my family got to go and meet. You know, there was all this shit going on. But it was, and apparently, and it's standard fare. They have what's essentially a fan access before every race.
Well, yeah, they do that. And I know this because of my father.
Yeah, your family was big into NASCAR,
but it's not a couple hour event like for baseball, football, or wrestling or a concert. This is when NASCAR goes to a city, it is a whole weekend long event.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean, unlike Friday or Saturday, you have qualifying, which is included in your ticket. And then you have the race on Saturday. And a lot of times the races and stuff take place excuse me, in a place that's out in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by woods. So, I mean, you even have the opportunity to go camping.
And, you know, it's something like music does this a bit with festivals. You know, Chachi and you and I went to the Gathering of Jellos. That was an entire, 4 days. You go camping in this merch. And I remember just, you go to a concert and people camp out in front of those shows. Yeah. And you see them with arms full of jerseys and CDs and God knows what. Like, they saved up 3 paychecks to buy shit at these shows. You know? And what?
Sounds like Comic-Con.
No, it's that much. You know, I'm talking a real decent paycheck too. I've seen somebody had been carrying about $1,000 worth of stuff in one of those shows, or away from it, and just with the biggest juggalo smile on their face. It was nice to see.
The closest thing I
went to, they scheduled there was qualifying the day before, and then the night before there was another race.
Yeah,
it was like a pre-race. It's not like NASCAR. It's not the big guys. It's still NASCAR, but it's a smaller.
Your Craft Week brought up a really good point in the chat room. He says that's why King of Trios is so successful.
It is a great weekend. It's a celebration. They have the fan conclave, which was a tremendous experience. We've been there before. Mad Mike, Elisa, and I. And a couple other people that aren't on the show. They might be dead.
But I mean, with NASCAR, you have 3 full days of events. I mean, you have qualifying, and then you have the trucks.
So I mean, it's a mass scale of the event.
And then the day before, you have what's like the minor league races,
Mm-hmm.
and it's
Yeah.
like I think it's still called the Sprint Cup, but I mean it's like the lower league.
Yeah.
And then you
And a
have
lot
Sunday.
Yeah, and then but a lot of the NASCAR drivers also drive in that lower.
Yeah.
And then
We had
the
Danica
next
Patrick
day-
driving in the pre-race or whatever.
Yeah, and then they get back in the cars and they do it again Sunday for real.
Mhm.
Well, something else I noticed about, I mean, they took this huge arena and they filled it, and it was basically like an arena that WWE would fill for WrestleMania, but NASCAR does it every time they do a race, and the reason is because they have this crazy rabid fan base, and I was trying to figure out, what is it about NASCAR that draws people in that amount of numbers that wrestling doesn't. And I realized that aside from the fact that they will shove America down your throat at every turn, which
Oh wait, let me see if I can find it.
What's that?
The greatest NASCAR prayer ever.
well, the NASCAR fans get into the minutia, the tiny little details, the way the cars run, and you can listen to the radio during the race while they're talking to each other, and this guy's drafting and all this stuff. And there's like a million teeny tiny little things, and wrestling lacks the minutia. It doesn't have those tiny details that everybody gets into, and it's the same thing with football and baseball and basketball. There's stats junkies and stuff, but it's the tiny little things that make the most rabid fans, and wrestling lacks those itty bitty little details. And when you go to uncover them, then you're an internet smart mark. Is
it maybe it's one of those things because wrestling's fake. It's not a sport. Maybe it's not that. Or, maybe it's they don't target something like that. They target the more passive fan, as we talk about a lot on the show. The ones that tune in is like, oh, I'm going to bring my kids there. You're not going to bring your kids to an all-day event like that. How many kids do you see at NASCAR? Maybe that's a good comparison point.
It's a shitload of kids in NASCAR.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids there.
And you know what?
A fuckload of children.
These are people that can tell you the physics of every race of a car, but it's the only physics they know.
And you know what? Yeah. You know what the difference is? If you're a wrestling fan that knows that many comparable details to wrestling, you're a nerd.
Right.
You're a wrestling nerd. If you know that many comprehensive details about NASCAR to that effect, you're a NASCAR super fan. Yeah. It's a complete society thing.
Here,
I mean, there's no ESPN for wrestling.
No. Maybe that'll happen when WWE Network happens.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case.
I mean, that's it. I mean, it really just is on a different level. I don't think even MMA, because it's kind of earning the respectability. NASCAR's been around for how long? It has the, soul of America, behind it as far as that goes, much like the NFL does, because it's been around for so long, and it's more, can I say, accessible than pro wrestling?
Absolutely.
To the general person.
Yes.
I mean, you don't have people like I run into all the time saying, man, I used to be a NASCAR fan, but I kind of got old. I mean, I'm sorry. It's the same thing every fucking year. It's guys turning left. Nothing changes. Whereas WWE, whereas wrestling does,
400
So
times
it
in a
doesn't
race.
have that. I've been a NASCAR fan since I was a kid and my dad got me into it. I mean, you get that with wrestling, but people fall out of it. They're more prone to fall out of it than something like a NASCAR or an NFL, because there's more consistency.
Yeah.
And it's real.
Right.
Here.
This is the greatest,
maybe
the
NASCAR's
greatest
real.
prayer
Maybe.
ever.
Well, yeah. Ideally, in people's minds, maybe sports are real.
NASCAR Nationwide Series race where Pastor Joe Nelms delivers one of the most unusual pre-race prayers you will ever hear.
Heavenly Father, we thank you tonight for all your blessings. You said in all things give thanks. So we want to thank you tonight for these mighty machines that you brought before us. Thank you for the Dodges and the Toyotas. Thank you for the Fords, and most of all, we thank you for Roush and Yates partnering to give us the power that we see before us tonight. Thank you for GM Performance Technology and the R07 engines. Thank you for Sunoco Racing Fuel and Goodyear tires that bring performance and power to the track. Lord, I want to thank you for my smoking hot wife tonight, Lisa. My two children, Eli and Emma, or as we like to call them, the Little E's. Lord, I pray you bless the drivers and use them tonight. May they put on a performance worthy of this great track. In Jesus' name, boogity, boogity, boogity.
That's what we need. That's what we need in pro wrestling. We need the wrestling prayer. Chachi, you're a minister. You're a whatever the hell you signed up for on the internet. You are the one to do this.
Hey,
you need to give us a prayer of wrestling from the Church of Chachi.
Mock me every time.
I'm not mocking you. I just can't remember what it is.
I'll come up with something.
Yeah.
It's worth mentioning that that pastor was not insane. Apparently, boogity 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 is a thing that race. I think it's Jimmy Johnson says it before he goes out racing.
That's the Southern pastors. You know how it is. You know,
it's a thing.
I mean, it's a thing. I'm sure it's a thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I want to throw out the disclaimer on the outside chance that my parents are listening. I really enjoyed myself. I really had a good time. And thank you for the trip.
There you go. I mean, it was
Mrs.
insightful.
Lunchbox.
I mean, you're transferring this. I mean,
boogity,
boo, Mom.
Oh,
What's
suck
up?
it, duck it, quack, quack.
Exactly.
Hip toss.
Toss.
Wait, hold on. Time out. First
All right.
off, you got to post the link in the chat room because someone's requesting it.
Oh, the link to the thing we just
Yes.
showed. I think I
Secondly-
had a link to the same thing.
Yeah. Secondly, I want to hear the song version. So, Bobby,
The song version.
that's what Bobby's
Yeah.
saying. Bobby's saying
There
there's
is.
a song version, and I got to hear it.
I think this is the same one. So that I'm putting in the chat for you guys. Wow, that's fantastic. Can I talk about a former friend of the show?
Wait.
Minutes.
Oh, are we done?
No, I had one last thing.
Oh, we had one last thing. I'm sorry. I thought it was transitioning. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
The last thing I had in mind, and it's not something that they could half-ass the way TNA does it, but I had the idea that, I mean, everybody has their favorite racers. They follow them, rabid fans of racers, and I don't think you get that kind of fan base anymore with wrestling, with the exception of somebody like CM Punk or something like that. But there are points and ranking, and NASCAR has those things, and there's no half-assed pushes in NASCAR. Jimmy Johnson won that fucking title 9 times, and it wasn't like halfway through the season they were saying Jimmy, 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 and then now Tony Stewart's gonna win.
Jimmy?
You know what I mean? There are that I think that's the kind of minutia that WWE could replicate, and everybody could follow it, and you can't half-ass it in that. However the fuck TNA did it, where the points mean nothing. Bring back the point assignments that, similar points to when there was fantasy wrestling, you know what I mean? Moves have different points, and you get more points for doing this or doing that, and stick to it.
That could
And
be
I
like
think that is something the casual person could really get behind.
That could be something. Well, what about Evolve Wrestling? I know you probably haven't watched much of it, but they have something similar where everything is based on points. The whole thing is basically like an ongoing tournament with points, and that's your rankings and how it's determined. I mean, it's a smaller scale. It's not on WWE. But you think that that's something that can get through. We should look into it and see how Evolve is doing. I don't know how well they would do with it without being on TV that somebody could watch easily.
I think it couldn't hurt, and even if you just had a certain division for a certain title, you know what I mean? And, these wrestlers wrestle these matches for this title with points and all this crap. That could be interesting if you just want to test it,
Okay.
Just a thought.
I have some commentary from the chat room says it sucks. He says, your Capswick says he has all 9 shows. It's just something that Gabe does in his spare time and nobody cares. Well, there you go. But it was an interesting concept on paper, and I would be curious if somebody applied it a little more interestingly on television where people can see it. I think that's something people could latch onto because, like, wow, this kind of matters, kind of like, the first reaction we had to Bound for Glory series was, oh, this could kind of matter and could be interesting.
And did it?
And, well, it was interesting. And I think they were successful in some points. I think they were successful in some points, and some points they dropped the ball. And we've all already talked that to death. So, is there anything else, LB?
That's all I got.
Fantastic. Great report. So can I now
Scroll
talk
the chat back up.
about what's up?
I'm copying that link.
You copying that link?
Yeah.
Oh, the song version?
Yeah.
All right. Hey guys, you remember Puppet?
Oh god, yes.
That called
But
me
that
How could we
that
forget
drunk
Puppet?
asshole?
that,
You mean the dude that called
the
you an
drunk guy
asshole?
that called me an asshole. Yeah.
You mean the midget?
That's the same guy. That's
The little
same guy.
person, the dwarf, the gilder, the Oompa Loompa?
Well, according to ProWrestling.net, Half Pint Brawlers founder Puppet the Psycho Dwarf told TMZ that he feels Micro Championship Wrestling is too similar to his show and he's considering a lawsuit. Quote, there were a lot of situations that appeared to be copied from what we already did. There were also statements made by the members that were almost the exact words out of my mouth. To read the story, TMZ.com, because I love citing them for stuff. Yes, did anybody check out Hulk Hogan's Micro Championship Wrestling just yet?
No, I was rearranging my sock drawer that day.
No, I see. Is it on like True TV or something like that? I don't know. I mean, it seems really weird.
Sorg, TNA has forced me to watch Jersey Shore. What do you think I would watch instead of Micro Championship Wrestling?
I don't have TV, so I don't know what the equivalent is.
Exactly.
There is none.
Not watching TV is the equivalent.
Wow. Yeah.
I would stare at the blank
Isn't, like,
screen.
Isn't like Jerry Knobs or I'm sorry,
Brian
Brian Knobs on that or something? But
Well, if Brian Knobs can't be on our show, I'm not going to watch his.
I'm not blaming Brian Knobs for that screw up, but we still had a great talk with Jerry Sachs. So, in other news, what's going on here? Ric Flair got injured this past week.
Whoop-de-doo!
Yeah.
Aw, that's not nice. That's not
What did he do? Trip over his old man booby?
No, he was in that match. Aw. He was in
What
that.
did he do? Bleed?
He was in the match with. This is something I've never heard of. He suffered a broken bursa sac on his left elbow during his match with Sting that aired on Thursday's Impact. Apparently, he said he thought he had broken his arm on the spot. I don't know how I did it either. Sting put me down. Sting put me down flat on that superplex, the one off the top ropes there. That, of course, that's what a superplex is. But somehow I hit something that broke the bursa sac in my elbow. But at that moment, I was sure I'd broken my arm in half. Apparently, some people were concerned backstage that Flair has suffered a cardiac issue.
Just like WCW.
Yeah.
If you have to be worried that one of your wrestlers could suffer a heart attack in the middle of the ring, it's time to stop booking them.
Yeah, especially in something where you know he's going to work too hard at something like that.
And don't do a top rope move if you're 70 or however the fuck old Ric Flair is.
He'll break a hip.
Yeah, he's literally killing himself to pay alimony at this point. It's just sad. It really is just sad. It's like, great to see him in there, but come on, man. Come on.
No, Sorg, it's not great to see him in there anymore. I'm sorry.
No. Are we
it's
over
not.
it?
It's actually detracting. It's detracting from all the greatness that he's had in the ring.
True.
Because when little kids grow up and they hear about Ric Flair, they're not going to think, oh, that was the guy who had legendary matches with Ricky Steamboat. That was the guy who put Sting on the map. They're going to be like, wasn't that old fucker who really got winded in TNA after 5 minutes in?
Yeah.
You know what's great? I don't really watch TNA, so after Ric Flair got beat by Shawn Michaels, he retired to me. Ric Flair's retired for me.
In your head, he did.
In my head, Ric Flair's gone. So it's nice.
Fantastic.
It's a nice place to be, my head.
Can I tell you guys what I'm excited about?
Juice?
The Muppets on Raw!
Yeah!
So they have to play the theme song.
I hope so.
They do.
And I'm sorry, Waldorf and Statler have to be in one of the luxury boxes
Yes.
making fun of our truthful Miz.
What? Wait.
No, they have to be the announce team.
So what
That
do you
would
do
be
with this?
amazing.
I mean, is
Oh
Miss
my
Piggy
God.
is Miss
What
Piggy gonna?
don't you do with
Miss
this?
Piggy's part of the Diva division.
No.
No.
Miss
No,
Piggy.
no,
Piggy
I'm telling
and
you
Vicky
exactly
Guerrero.
what they're going to do with
Miss-
I
Miss
was
Piggy.
thinking the same thing, LB.
Vicky Guerrero segment.
Yes. Miss Piggy meets Vicky Guerrero.
Mm-hmm.
And Kermit is going to hit on her.
Gonzo
And Miss
meets
Piggy
our
is gonna
truth.
hit Kermit.
Gonzo meets our truth. Come on.
Yes.
Maybe
No.
even Fozzie. I don't know.
No,
Big
Rolf
Bird.
and our truth.
Big Bird hangs. Oh no, that's the wrong Muppets.
That's wrong show.
Yeah.
Wrong Muppets.
They'll be on TNA.
It's like, wait, this is Disney, guys.
Spectacular. I can't wait.
Man.
And I can't wait for the movie. And I can't say enough good things about this.
I do have to say that the Green album isn't all that good though.
The Green Album?
Yeah,
Hey,
there's
Chachi, it's not easy being green, alright?
there's an album of bands doing all Muppet songs.
Oh, that could be
Can
rough.
we
Yeah.
have Alex Riley sing It's Not Easy Being Green?
That would be funny.
That could be
With,
great.
guitar-
That
with
could be great.
Sin Cara on the guitar.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Which Sin Cara?
These are all good ideas. All
One of the
tremendous
Sin
ideas.
Caras.
So, speaking of WWE, a lot of stuff. They had a pay-per-view this past weekend. Night of Champions.
Yes, champions.
Champions.
Not legends.
Legends, as I always screw it up.
Yes,
As I did this weekend.
so did I.
That's why nobody joined the chat.
I was sleeping.
You were, I dozed off in the middle
Yeah.
of the last match too.
No,
That
I
was
went.
rough.
No, seriously, I got home from pod camp. I chilled in my recliner. I fell asleep in my recliner. I went upstairs and I was out by 9:30.
I was communing with Jesus.
So who did watch it?
I did! watched it! I watched the whole thing!
It was a decent show, I thought.
I don't
It's
know
not
if I
a
know that.
It
What's
was
your problem with
okay.
Okay.
It was okay.
Okay.
Alright.
What did you dig about it?
Well, Mark Henry winning the championship was an awesome moment.
It was,
Mark
actually.
Henry is
So-
going to be the greatest champion we've had in 5 years.
For 2 weeks.
When's the last time we've had a monster? I don't think we've had a monster be the champion like him since Brock Lesnar.
Kane.
Nope, Kane.
Kane.
Kane? I don't count Kane. I don't count Kane.
Kane's last
Kane
run
last
against The
year?
Undertaker.
I guess so.
Kane last year was a monster.
Okay.
But you know the thing I liked about the Randy. You know the thing I liked about the Mark Henry thing the best? It was a clean win.
Mm-hmm.
It was squeaky clean.
It was no bullshit.
There was
I just
no
beat
bullshit in
you.
that win.
I just beat you. And already we got 2 Hell in a Cell matches coming up. The championship there and the 3-way for the WWE belt. Chachi, what in the world?
Both of those matches are going to be really good.
Yeah. We're set up for some really decent Hell in a Cell matches this year.
I'm
for the main
heavily
events.
excited to see Mark Henry inside that cell.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
And who thought we'd ever say that?
Yeah, can't say enough about Mark Henry. Although the faces, did you see the looks of faces? I know a lot of people are like, really? Mark Henry?
Oh yeah, he had his own Miz girl.
He did have it.
Yeah.
You said the one that looked at him and then looked at like her girlfriend or something? Or is that what you guys are talking about? Yeah, I was like, Mark Henry girl, right there. Right
Yep.
there.
Mhm.
I mean, the
Girl.
looks of shock, like, my God, this just happened. Wait,
And
Mark
half
Henry.
of them were looks of, did the black man just win something?
Yeah, exactly.
Did sexual chocolate do something?
And you know who was watching and clapping with
The hand?
his one hand? Mark Henry's love child.
I thought you were going to say Tony Atlas.
No, Tony Atlas was laughing.
Tony Atlas.
I hate sleeves. Oh, tremendous. But no, that was tremendous. And we got, Cena and, Del Rio. God, they're playing hot potato with that belt so much lately.
Yeah.
At this point.
I don't think they would have been if the CM Punk thing didn't take off like it did.
Okay.
If CM Punk's angle hadn't gotten over,
Yeah.
Cena would have beaten him at Money in the Bank, and Del Rio would have fought Cena at SummerSlam.
Okay, that makes
I
sense.
think that's how it was supposed to go, but then they actually, listened to the crowd for once. And they're
who would have thunk
hey,
that indie
hey,
star
this CM Punk
going
guy
over?
can kind of sell pay-per-views.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. What did you guys think of the main event with Triple H and CM Punk in half of the back room?
I liked it,
You liked it?
but the ending was clusterfuck.
You think? Yeah, you think so?
But a pro to that is when we'll see where it goes. But I have a feeling, unlike other companies, TNA, they will do something with those run-ins, and you're starting to see that on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
That last
They
Monday.
already kind of did, considering they fired the two assholes that ran
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly. And the other one was already fired, so. Yeah, it was a lot of setup and still a lot of action, I think, to make it worth being on a pay-per-view. And they used to do that all the time. I mean, WWE was definitely guilty of the same thing we complain about in TNA, I really...
Especially during the Attitude Era, when everyone says that was the best stuff.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It was actually Attitude Era was better is in the chat room right now. But no, and it was no holds barred. You kind of knew something like that was going to happen, but it's just more interesting that none of them are really involved with the people that were in the match. They're really just taking out everybody, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not
They're not
necessarily
involved
true.
yet.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I think R-Truth screwed up.
Okay.
I think R-Truth screwed up because there was one point where Punk was going for a pin on Triple H, and R-Truth pulled him off when they said they were going to go to the ring because they wanted Triple H to not be the COO.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think they kind of screwed up that one little bit, but
so, okay, and of course the next night we did get the two of them fired. Thing. What's up, Chach?
That pissed me off so
really?
bad.
Really?
Yeah, because they had the greatest entrance of all time.
Yeah, it was growing on everybody.
Chachi, do you really think they're actually going to be gone?
No, but if they're quote unquote fired,
Mm-hmm.
then they're not going to have entrance music anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They barely
Or
had
maybe
entrance
they'll
music.
just move them both to SmackDown.
No,
No.
you can't do that.
No.
No, not in the Super Show era that we're in now.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
But no, and this is being brought up by Illinates, and this is the kind of the word going around is, what if this is leading to a NWO style stable going?
Well, all right. I was gonna save this until later, but it's been announced at Survivor Series that there's gonna be a classic 5-on-5 Survivor Series match
Okay.
with John Cena and The Rock on one of those teams.
Okay.
My gut feeling, it's just me, Cena, Rock, Triple H, and Air Boom against Truth, Miz, Nash, maybe Johnny Ace, and someone else like Colt Cabana.
Then
I
where's
don't know,
CM
or
Punk?
someone
Where's
like
CM
that.
Punk?
Yeah,
No.
Punk needs to be involved on the face side of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Punk will be facing Alberto for the title.
Punk's kind of going more the I'm pro WWE, I just want to fix it, and everybody else is kind of in the we want to stick up for ourselves sort of camp. So, I mean, Punk seems to be kind of crossing the lines unless there's going to be another swerve down the line. But I agree with you. This is definitely all leading up to Survivor Series. I told Chachi earlier today. This is like a pretty interesting team up, and they're getting some.
They are
out of
building
states
Survivor Series
right
to
now.
the point where to the point where it's
hell-
going to get very frustrating to try and find cheap tickets.
It's already impossible from the look of
Yes.
look of it. And then yes, Attitude Era was better. Bring back Stone Cold and he stuns everybody, and that's the end of the pay-per-view. I'm cool. With that. I mean, I'm not mad about that. Hey, that's all right. But Survivor Series is going to be really good. I think they're going to do something very interesting with that. It's hard to see where they're going with this, which I like. Where will they go? I didn't see this coming out of that COO match.
You know what would have been awesome, and they teased it on the pay-per-view, so I knew it wasn't going to happen? If Triple H lost and Vicky became the COO.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been the greatest
Wasn't
thing of all
she talking
time.
about like being part of that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
That would have been amazing. Because Vicky last night,
Mm-hmm.
her and Wolverine, that was awesome.
Oh,
Let's take a
Hugh
moment on that.
Jackman.
Hugh Jackman on Raw last night, the Wolverine, the star of Rock'em Sock'em Robots, the movie in theaters, this week, did a tremendous night on Raw.
Greatest guest star ever, Hugh Jackman.
Maybe,
He ran the ropes better than Kelly.
True.
Sure,
second
I think
best.
Hot Wheels
Second
run the
best.
ropes better than Kelly.
Yeah, it's funny because his legs don't work.
Wow. But he was great. He came in, had a thing with Dolph and Vicky and Zack Ryder.
Even his
Zack Ryder.
Sorg, it was a momentous occasion on Raw.
Mm.
It was the first time adamantium was used as a foreign object.
That's right.
Adamantium fist.
It really did feel like he went a little off script when he ran out into the crowd, though. Like people were worried.
I think he just saw the sign and was like, "Oh, that's awesome! I'm bringing him out anyway."
I hope so. I would hope so.
Well, if you check his Twitter stream, he was super excited to be there.
Yeah,
because he took a picture of him and the Brooklyn Brawler and posted it on Twitter.
No shit. What's his Twitter?
I don't remember. Hold on.
Hugh Jackman.
I think it says
Twitter.
It's real Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. Looks like. I know there's been some fake ones I've seen on there. Yeah, Raw with the Brooklyn Brawler, who I saw live in Sydney in 1986. I gotta bring this picture up. Oh my God.
Awesome.
Here you go for the video, guys. There he is. Rocking it with the Brooklyn Brawler.
Oh, man.
So, I mean,
I'm sorry. Who wouldn't want to get their picture with the Brooklyn Brawler amongst this?
I know, right?
I know.
I would be. I was like, the Brooklyn Brawler.
I would love to.
I could probably beat you in a match. Let's take a picture of me pinning you.
Remember when Brooklyn Brawler turned heel in New York and became the Boston Brawler?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was horrible, but great. Tremendous.
Okay, I got a really interesting question. Speaking of Raw last night, why do they still have the Raw GMs staying there?
Okay, funny story. I was watching the pay-per-view at my buddy Chris's house, and during the Triple H Punk match, I think Triple H threw Punk over the staging area, and there was a laptop there, and I just screamed out, "Oh my God, the Raw GM's gonna attack him!" But yeah, none of us know why the Raw GM laptop is there.
No, I think it's one of those things that it's like still on the list for the setup crew, and
well, no,
and it's just there, and they're like, well, we could use it if it happens. It's there if we find a reason to bring it back, because I mean, writing is always really kind of off the cuff with those guys. What do you think, Josh?
Well, no, you have to look at this logically.
Okay.
The Raw general manager hasn't had any reason to say anything because his boss
the
COO has been running the show.
But then why is Teddy Long come out during Raw?
Well, it's the Super Show stuff now, so I don't know.
Because he's Teddy Long.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
that
Teddy
man is
Long,
pure charisma.
even Teddy Long even clears the stuff with Triple H before doing anything.
I also have a supplemental idea as to why the Raw GM is still out there. I bet they still use him on house shows.
That could be. I don't know.
Triple H is busy. He's running the day-to-day operations. He can't attend every house show.
That's true. Hey, from the chat room, Payne39 says the Brooklyn Brawler went out with his high school teacher. She brought him to class a few times.
I bet she did the job for him.
What's that?
I bet she did the job for him.
Oh. With his penis.
Cock sandwich.
Cock salmon.
Cock sandwich.
Cock sandwich.
Brooklyn Cockwitch.
Wow. But yeah, Muppets.
Yeah, that's how we got here.
Muppets?
Yeah.
Muppets, the Brooklyn Brawler.
Muppets.
So,
yeah.
Show tonight.
Guys, I have a question.
What's that?
Because we know what's going to happen. Which Muppet will dress in wrestling attire?
Every one of them
Gonzo.
Animal.
at some point.
No, it's Animal.
Kermit.
Gonzo.
I'm gonna go with Chachi.
I think
I'm
we see
guessing
the
Animal as well.
I think we see the ultimate animal.
Yeah.
I want so badly to
Yes.
see Dr. Teeth. I don't care what he does. I just want him to be there.
He's either be there, like performing
introduce
an
Mark Hamill.
entrance theme, maybe.
Anything. Oh
Man.
God, Dr. Teeth and the that
Sonic Screwdriver has.
You know what would be really
Sorg,
great?
You just
is
made
they
me
kinda
come.
look-
Jesus.
You know what would be
Sonic
great? Kind
Screwdriver
of look
brought
similar.
up the auto-tune again.
Oh, but nobody sent me anything.
But, wait. Oh,
I want to see a side-by-side of Janice and Kelly Kelly.
So I think there's going to be a confrontation between Sam the Eagle and Jack Swagger.
Yes. I was just thinking of that.
Anybody?
Swagger soaring eagle.
It's so sad because we have all these great ideas and none of them are going to happen.
You,
And
how
you-
about
you'd be
that?
surprised.
Maybe we'll have
Wait,
Sid
wait.
and Kermit.
How about? Oh,
Okay, before I forget for this episode, we don't have a winner for the contest.
What?
Oh.
The figures? These
Yeah.
guys right
Yeah,
here?
we don't have a winner for the contest.
Okay, do we default to a new question?
We're gonna have to, and I don't have one ready.
Oh, okay.
But
See,
I have a question.
Show them what they didn't win. And
I have a question.
And we need to clear the questions before we put them out there.
yes.
You did not
No,
win
no.
WrestleFan's mom.
Sorg, I have
sorry,
a
everyone
question.
had that.
Wait,
All right.
hold on.
Mike, what's your proposed question, sir?
My proposed question, since it is for an action figure of Kurt Angle,
Mm-hmm.
my proposed question: the King of the Ring 2002 match, I think it was 2002, where Kurt Angle fought Shane McMahon in a street fight that we've referenced for the past 2 weeks on this Wrestling Mayhem show.
Mm-hmm.
How many failed attempts did Kurt Angle have to belly suplex Shane McMahon through glass?
There you go.
Savio Vega. The answer is Savio Vega.
Senor.
It's not Savio Vega.
Very
Godfather.
horrible.
And you're wrong. It's not 2002 because that's when he fought Hulk Hogan.
Okay, then I apologize. It's 2001.
I'm feeling 2001.
Yes, 2001, because that was the start of the invasion. It was 2001.
Hold on, I'll double check that. I will clarify that before we.
No,
put the
it is
question out
2001 Sword,
But-
because that's
Wait,
when Booker
hold
T
on.
made his first on-camera appearance, and that was the start of the invasion in 2001.
Holy encyclopedia.
Okay,
yes,
wait.
You are right. You are right. What's up, Chach?
I have to give the answer to the question
Yes, you do.
because I said
The old
last
question.
Week, yeah, the old question.
Okay. The old
So,
question was.
The question was, what is the lowest charge Kurt Angle has been in court for? Or that was the original question.
Yeah.
And I even gave a date of 4/20/06.
Mm-hmm.
On that day, he was in court for an unpaid parking meter fee.
In court for it.
Yes.
Wow.
Because not only did he not pay the parking ticket fee, but he didn't pay the parking ticket. Or not only did he not feed his meter, but he didn't pay the parking ticket, and he ignored all of their correspondence.
To be fair, he was probably really drunk.
So he had to go to court for an unpaid parking meter.
This I didn't know. I didn't know that Kurt Angle had 2 matches on this pay-per-view.
Kurt Angle had 3 matches on that pay-per-view.
3?
3. I think.
Because, yeah, wait a minute. This can't be right.
Yeah, it was the King of the Ring tournament. He was in the King of the Ring tournament.
Edge defeated Kurt Angle, in the final match.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it was when Edge won King of the Ring because
So
he wasn't gonna Billy Gunn
He
it?
had 2 King of the
if
Ring
I remember,
matches.
Kurt defeated Rhino in the
Christian.
first round.
Kurt defeated Christian in the
that's
first in the semifinals on pay-per-view. Got beat by Edge and then went on to beat Shane McMahon.
Yes.
Wow. I want to go back and watch this now. Man, I hope it's on WWE Network. Anyways, so there you go. If you have an answer to that
the
question,
match in question is on WWE OMG, the 50 top moments in wrestling
which
history.
is now on Netflix, by the way, and I hope to watch it very soon.
Oh, really?
Hey, can I throw a shout out? This might be a good spot to throw out a shout out. I got this in the mail Friday. As you can see, I've been so busy with PodCamp Pittsburgh. It's still in the shrink wrap. This is Memphis Heat. The
Nice.
true story of Memphis wrestling. Sent to our good friends out there. We of course talked to the director of this, Wait, his name should be right here so I don't mess it up. Chad Schaffler, we talked to several months ago right here on this program. You can go look that up at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. And I believe this isn't out until next month. So we'll look for a review for it. I'll probably talk about it here on this show. If not a write-up over on WrestlingMayhemShow.com or my own blog, Sorgatron.com.
And ironically, Memphis Wrestling is one of the only territories that Vince McMahon has not bought footage of.
That is true. So this is some exclusive shit right here. And of course, but just do a search for Memphis Heat Wrestling, and you should get all the information, the Facebook and everything for information right off the bat. See what they got. Oh, Memphis-Heat.com on the back here. So go check that out. I'll be checking this out in this week. So thanks a lot, guys, from Memphis Heat for sending that out to us. We'll be looking at that. So yeah, and again, that question, if you, how many failed attempts going through the window, did Kurt Angle throw Shane into? Please send your thoughts on that to goodtimes@WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. There you go. Well, if there's nothing else, guys, we want to get into, yes. So let me know, Chachi.
Yeah.
What'd you learn from wrestling this week?
That
Mad Mike, what'd you learn?
No, hold on. No, you know what I learned from Mad Mike in the past couple years?
Yes.
Is that he will step on his own mother to get a point across.
Okay. I like where this is going.
Wait, I'll step on my own mother to what?
Get a point across.
All right. LB, what'd you learn from Mad Mike in your experience with him?
Okay, well, I'm going to do also what I learned from wrestling.
No.
It's actually prepared one this week.
Nope.
From wrestling, I learned that Hugh Jackman can make me question what I need as a man. What I learned from Mad Mike is
something similar.
something similar. Mad Mike can make me question what I need as a woman. No. What I learned from Mad Mike is it is possible to be as JR would put it, tougher than old shoe leather. Mike, you are the most dedicated person I've ever met, and you are a very true and loyal friend. So that's what I learned from Mad Mike.
Rizz, what'd you learn from wrestling and or Mad Mike?
From wrestling, it's simple. Little people have short fuses.
Okay. And apparently lawyers.
That you can take them to midget court.
They have tiny lawyers.
From Mad Mike. From Mad Mike, I learned that even not talking about wrestling, I can talk to him about anything. He's a really good guy.
Awesome. Hot Wheels.
Even though I'm going to kick his ass in Mayhem Fantasy Football this week.
Oh, that's the other thing. I learned that he will fucking kick my ass at fantasy football because for whatever reason, Eli Manning's a goddamn vagina.
Yeah, it's funny. You had Eli Manning, and I had a Giants receiver and a giant running back, and I still beat you.
Yeah, fucking no.
I don't know how that happens.
Neither do I.
Tremendous. Wheels, what'd you learn from either or?
Well, let's see. From wrestling, I have learned that wrestlers can defeat zombies. And from Mike, I've learned that even though him and I battled back and forth screaming to see who was best, I've learned he will be the ultimate king of cheering.
I got destroyed in everything.
Sorry. Excellent. Thank you very much.
Sorg.
Yes.
Sorg.
Yes.
Learn from wrestling and /or
and
Mad Mike.
/or. Well, from wrestling, I learned that no matter how exciting a no-holds-barred pay-per-view final match is, my tiredness from a PodCamp Pittsburgh will not win. Will win the day. And I still need to finish watching that match. And from Mad Mike, my God, Mad Mike. Mad Mike has shown me the glories of New York City.
Mad Mike.
And prostitutes. Wait, from the chat room, not that experienced the prostitutes, but they've been around. I mean, it's New York City. Bobby FJ Town learned that WWE will fall apart unless John Cena or Randy Orton are champion. They can only go about 2 hours without one of them winning the title. And congrats, Mike. Sonic Screwdriver learned that the cameraman.
That's not what you learned.
I don't know. That's fine. You said either or. Sonic Screwdriver learned that the cameraman slipped a shot of the Twin Cara mini ramp and debunked my belief luchadors can fly. And he learned that Mad Mike knew all of Doink's sidekicks, a feat that will never be repeated. So,
Doink, Dink, Pink, and Wink for the.
Well, he did also add and the glory holes of New York.
Well, of course.
Mad Mike, what did you learn from wrestling and or yourself?
Well, from wrestling, I learned this week that, I learned that Miz and R-Truth, even when they're not on the active roster, are still the most entertaining people in the company.
Yes.
And, from myself, I don't know, if I learn from myself, does that make me the one?
No.
I thought that was how that worked.
No, I'm the one.
No, I don't think that's.
No, you're Batman.
All right, I'm Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Cock salmon.
Yes. I learned from myself that with the help of good friends, i.e., everyone at the Wrestling Mayhem show, you can get through anything. Because now that I have this job, I'm in a much better place than I was last year, even though I was in WWE last year.
Wow. That's saying a whole lot. That was a whole lot.
Yes.
Excellent. A couple stragglers here from the chat room. And let's see, Pain39, what did he learn? To Kiss My Ass Club members included William Regal, Jim Ross, Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and Hornswoggle. Really? Shawn Michaels?
Yep,
Oh,
and Shane McMahon.
He got kind of shoved in. And let's see, Bobby learned Mike has many awesome WWE merchandises. And also learned who's the first place Mayhem Show Fantasy Football League.
That will be Bobby FJ Town.
It looks like Bobby FJ Town.
Wildly impressive.
By points, Bobby FJ Town. But by is that where we're going by?
By points.
Okay.
Rizz, Bobby and I are all undefeated.
Yes. I lost mine.
Next week you're not.
I lost my second straight by a point to was it Brayfield? Is it Brayfield?
I believe so.
Burkett.
I'm sorry. I apologize. What else interesting is going on? How you guys doing?
I'm 0-2.
0-2. Well, I have a new roster coming up this week that I worked on last week too late, so 1-1. Yeah, I'm 0-2.
Infuriatingly 1-1. Motherfucker.
Yeah, seriously, I had the stat tracker up. For those of you who don't follow it, last night LB and I were locked in a tight one, as JR would like to say.
Talk about football.
Oh, cock salmon.
At the end of the half of the Monday Night Football game, there was less than a point separating us.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
It was a really, really close match.
It gets really exciting at this point. You know? It gets a lot of fun.
The point of
and don't forget, the winner of fantasy football this year will get a script from SmackDown.
I'm donating mine to charity.
Speaking of charity, Chachi, I have some trades I'd like to speak to you about.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Here we go.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Breaking news?
Breaking news?
No, I was just talking about the football.
You fucking cock tease.
Actually, there is one bit of breaking news that we didn't mention.
What's that?
And I'm only mentioning it because this may actually be the last time we mention bad things about this person.
Oh yeah.
Him.
Matt Hardy is going in for rehab from WWE.
Oh, yeah. Oh, WWE's doing it.
WWE's doing it?
Yes.
Because remember, they have that offer. Anybody who has worked for the company and needs rehab, they will provide.
That's good since TNA won't do it.
TNA can't afford it. There's a difference.
That's true. Well,
also,
guys,
I think we forgot one thing.
What's that?
It's friend of the show, Dave Lagana's birthday.
Oh, yes! Dave Lagana!
Happy birthday, Dave!
Happy birthday, Dave Lagana.
I want birthdays!
iWantWrestling.com.
I want birthday cake.
Hold on, everybody tweet him. Every one of you sitting there right now at at Lagana. Hold on.
I'm doing it.
Hold on, all at the same time.
While you're on Twitter, I want you to follow at Cranky Vince. It's the funniest thing ever.
Happy birthday from at Mayhem Show. All of you, right now.
Happy birthday from Mayhem Show. Hashtag I want birthday cake.
Yes, please do that.
I want birthday cake.
Hashtag I want cock sandwich.
Cock sandwich.
No, don't do that. He may get the wrong idea. He does live in California. Anyways, Mike, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. Thank you for all of your contributions here. Mad Mike, wait, he's at Mad Mike 4883. He will still be mad about wrestling. You can still add him and conversate with him, and he's still going to be involved.
And we will see your happy ass.
I'll be working nights, so I'll be really bored at around 4 a.m.
There you
Tweet
go.
me.
There you go.
I will tweet
he's
you
still
a
going to
lot,
be part of the show. He's still doing his blogs on WrestlingMayhemShow.com about TNA.
Every week I will still continue to do the TNA recap.
Exactly.
I may end up drinking during it.
And we need to figure out a segment for Mad Mike to still contribute, much like WrestleFan contributed tonight with his Indie Minute video. So we will be working on that. And of course, we will be seeing him in New York City in a couple of weeks, Chachi and I, for the New York City Comic-Con. We'll be around there, and we're going to have a few prizes in our pockets, Chachi.
We will?
We will have some prizes in our pockets. We'll have stickers. We'll be wearing Wrestling Mayhem. What's up, Chachi?
Guess where the prizes will be?
In your pants?
In my pants!
And now they won't.
Chachi's gonna be wearing pants?
They'll be nestled warmly against the back of his balls.
So please, New York City Comic Con, we're gonna be all over that. We don't have a booth, but we will be there doing some press stuff.
No, Sorg, we have a booth. It's called my fucking apartment.
Well, yeah, okay, we'll be hanging.
Yeah!
The Mayhem will take Manhattan once more. And other than that, hey guys, please check us out, WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Twitter us at Mayhem Show. Please send us your comments, questions, feedback, suggestions, all that kind of junk at Good Times.
Good times.
At WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Please hit us up 412-206-WMS09670. We listen to and read everything you guys submit to us. And
verbatim.
Put the best. No, I don't know about that.
Verbatim.
The best.
In my absence, you will read all of Pierre Kelly's MAs verbatim.
Why haven't we been calling him Pierre Kelly?
Oh, wow, yeah.
We will now. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Mad Mike. Thank you, the entire crew. Thank you, this tremendous chat room that's been bumping all night.
Next week.
If you guys want to join us in the chat room, live.sorgatronmedia.com every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys, Mayhem crew. Out!
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait.